The FIA WTCC is delivered by DHL.
The FIA WTCC brought to you by Oscaro.com, original auto spare parts online.
The FIA WTCC is brought to you by JVC Kenwood.
Presented by Tag Heuer, official timekeeper.
Last year, Mehdi Bennani won the World Touring Car Independence Trophy. This season, he was aiming to go one better with his Sébastien Loeb Racing run Citroën CLIZ.
Là, en WTCC, on est obligé de rester à 100% focus.
In the World Touring Cars, you have to stay 100% focused all the time. You've just got to think about what you're doing, set up work that you need to do, data from the engineers. When the race starts, there's a huge amount of adrenaline and pressure and stress. And then the battles start. You try and focus on what you're doing, you're driving, doing your best. That's it. That's all you've got to think about. But before the first race of the season, Mehdi Bennani's world crumbled. I think really in Marrakech it was a whole new career for me. You feel a little bit lonely, even though you're surrounded by people that care for you, who trust you. But I really felt lonely. I even lost the will to drive. When you start at the age of 5 or 6 with your dad, it's really strange, it's really difficult to be on the track without him, especially at home in Marrakech.
C'est vraiment une relation très bizarre de retrouver la course et de se dire où il est, surtout l'étape de Marrakech.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
First race of the season, Bennani had no expectations.
Chilton's chances of a win have gone west. Contact from Bennani as he goes around Katzberg. Bennani looking for fourth into the long left-handed first corner. It's Coronel from Guerrieri.
Then Bennani made slight contact with Nicky Katzberg's Volvo as he tried to hang on to fourth place. It was difficult, really difficult, hardest race of my life. Coronel led but made a mistake, so Esteban Guerrieri now led in his Chevrolet. Volvo's Ted Björk second, Bennani in third, under a real pressure though from Nicky Katzberg in his Volvo.
And for Esteban Guerrieri, victory in the opening race in Marrakech. Ted Björk takes the podium in second place. Completing the podium here at home, Mehdi Bennani.
Being among the top 3 here in the Marrakech Grand Prix, where I've had rubbish results for the last 3 years, it was fantastic. I really wanted to win here for the Moroccan fans. They've always supported me, and I think I needed that result. For the main race, Bennani would start 4th on the grid.
Michelisz is up into second, Bennani into third.
Again, contact with Nicky Katzberg. The contact with Katzberg, I was on the inside. It's absolutely not my fault. Bennani would finish the race in 4th, making for a good opening weekend for the 2017 season. Next stop, Monza, a legendary Italian track. Bennani knew that he could score big here with a fast Citroën. In the opening race, Bennani started second, right behind Tom Coronel, the poleman. But the Dutchman's poor start handed the lead to his Moroccan rival. When Michelisz tried to pass on the first lap, he shut the door. It was race over for both drivers. We were both greedy. I was, he was. He really braked too late, just threw himself in. Normally in the parabolic, you can go side by side. I could have been on the outside, he could have been on the inside, we'd have come out side by side. But he braked too late, and there was nowhere to go. After speedy repairs, Bennani would finish 7th in the main race. When you look at the timesheets, we've always been right in the game, but when you look at the results, yeah, we've had a bit of trouble. We've always been fast, and that's what keeps your motivation up. In the end, you're always battling for a fraction of a second, but to finish on the podium, sometimes things are out of your hands. Next up, Hungary, a track where Mehdi had tasted success before. After qualifying strongly, he finished 7th in the opening race, his focus on the main event. Benanni lined up to take his start for the second event with no major drama and points in the bank. He'd be second on the grid. Poleman Rob Huff fluffed the start. And the Moroccan driver snatched the lead. But Huff was keen not to surrender victory quite so easily. And eventually, he found a way to repass for the lead. Just after the safety car, team told me that Rob had a drive-through penalty. So I knew if I didn't make any mistakes, Kasberg would struggle getting by. I kept the gap between half a second and a second and tried to hang on until the finish. I knew if I focused on my driving the way I did in qualifying, I could win the race. First win of the season for Mehdi Bennani from Nicky Kasberg and Tom Chilton. A win that put him in with a chance of being a World Championship contender. The Nürburgring at Nordschleife is one of the toughest tracks on the planet.
The red lights are on and away we go. Good start from behind from Rio Michelisz. That means a poor start in front of him from Nicky Kasberg's Volvo. But it's Giolami who takes the lead, or is it Mehdi Bennani who's going to rub wheels? That's not what you want going into 3 laps of the Nordschleife.
Mehdi Bennani moved up into second after a good start. I knew he had good pace. When you challenge the Volvos, and the Volvos are quick, you know you are.
Okay, that's a really good start. Bennani in front has a lot of rear wing, so he will not be fast on the long straight. So be patient, you will catch him.
And indeed, Björk slipstreamed easily past Bennani. The Citroën driver now down to third behind the 2 blue Volvos. I said to myself, you just keep the gap, keep the guys in front close, score good points, don't try and battle for the lead and risk everything. But then a puncture for Björk caused a high-speed crash, and Bennani was back in second. It was another great result for Bennani. The championship dream remained alive. I know that we aren't favourites to become the world champions, but I need to be in contention just in case anything happens. Next up, the streets of Villarreal in Portugal. We've got to stay close, keep our chance of winning the World Championship. I don't know if I'll be able to beat the top guys, it's going to be tough, but I'll keep believing. In the opening race, Bennani leapt from 4th to 2nd, but a new innovation awaited, the Joker lap. He needs a 3-second lead to make sure he's safe. That would be perfect. Bennani passed Rio Michelisz for the lead, then took his Joker lap and came back out in front. The Moroccan raced to his 2nd win of the season. His friends and family could not have been happier. I took as many risks as I could right at the beginning because it's so hard to overtake on these narrow streets. Yeah, I was really lucky, managed to get away without an accident, and thank God for that. Great result. Car's not damaged for the next race in Argentina. He's got more than 30 points in the bag, way more than we hoped for. Perfect for the championship. We're starting on the second row for the opening race and the third row for the main race. If you get the chance, pass the guys in front, but if there's no space, don't risk it, just stay on the left. Don't risk an accident. Great start. Bennani late second after the start. The Frenchman Yann Alaché passed him in a ladder. No, he's not giving up. Can't believe it. Final classification, Alaché, you're second, Guerreri third, Tom fourth, Montero fifth. Another podium. Great points too. You really helped me. I was really being more analytical in the race. Before I was too angry, now I'm really thinking.
And your second position driver is
It's great to score points and to be back on the podium, and I want to congratulate Yann for the win. He deserved it. We had 5 minutes repair time, very short. Driver had to focus immediately on the second race. Mehdi's going to start in second. Guerreri clearly felt at home, showing as much to Bennani. Guerreri's on fire. Mehdi was 7th, passed a Volvo, then he was 6th. Now another Volvo's got a problem, so he's 5th. Benanni fought a fierce battle with Nesta Girolami to hang on to 5th position. With 4 events and 8 races left, he lay 4th in the overall rankings, 33 points behind championship leader Thiago Monteiro, but still very much in contention. We're winning points. We're still fighting to win this championship. I'm really happy. Morocco has given me the best training conditions I could hope for. It's the beginning though. There's a lot of achievement and work to get there. And hopefully it'll all pay off one day. Cloudy weather welcomed the World Touring Car drivers on the new Ningbo track in China. Heavy rains forecast for tomorrow and the next day. That makes it much more stressful for the drivers, learning a new circuit in the wet and the changing weather. It's the very first time the touring car drivers had ever been to Ningbo, where Mehdi would start 13th for the opening race. Race started behind the safety car. That means you can't race. The drivers are saying that the weather conditions are really difficult. Lots of aquaplaning at slow speed. A lot of aquaplaning. So we'll see what happens when we speed up. It's very dangerous. Understood. Get ready for the start, Mehdi. Get ready for the start. I think something's broken. Something's broken. It's always a disappointment to retire. He was 10th, fighting for 9th. Made a good start, moved up a couple of places. I think if we hadn't had any problems, I could have been 5th or 6th, but unfortunately that's not the way it happened. It's raining even harder, the visibility is going because the sunset conditions are much worse. Mehdi, is it dangerous because of too much water or no visibility? Is it too dark? It's very dangerous. Not dangerous, it's very dangerous. Unfortunately, even behind the safety car, we couldn't drive because the amount of water on the track. I mean, we're racers, we're drivers by nature. We like to start a race, we like to fight. Now we can still make it, I think. We're good, we're still in a good position to be in the battle and hopefully stay in the top 3. After typhoons struck Japan, qualifying in both races would take place on the same day. It's a circuit I love, really. It's beautiful. We're in Honda's home, the beautiful circuit of Motegi. I have to say, I've got more experience when it's dry rather than in the rain. At home, all of my training's in dry conditions. Wasn't a great start. He's in 6th. It's the first lap and there's a lot of pushing and shoving. Volvo's Nesta Girolami pushed Norbo Michelisz off the track. Just behind them, Mehdi Bennani. Nesta Girolami hit a Honda driver and they said he was to blame, so he had a drive-through penalty. That gave Mehdi the chance to make up a spot. We have to work a bit harder, but we're still in the leading group. That's positive. Rio Michigami was a bit optimistic under braking and he went off. He went straight off into the gravel and that allowed Mehdi to move up into 6th. Race director said the race was becoming dangerous, so the red flag will stop it. It's always good to be on the podium, but more importantly, he's taking the points. We've got 23 this weekend. We're still close to the leaders of the championship. In 2017, the World Touring Cars returned to Macau, one of the world's most famous circuits. You're always a little bit nervous attacking on this circuit. It's easy to make mistakes on a track like this. You're racing between the barriers, you're flirting with the walls to try and get the speed. But when the weekend's over and everything's gone okay, then that point of danger without any mistakes is great. Don't forget, you're the boss of the race. Take a good breath. If you're struggling across the top, you can hold them at the hairpin, get on line, and then build a gap. That's where you manage the race, at the exit of the hairpin. He made a good gap. It's been confirmed race won't start again, so Mehdi wins the first race here in Macau. Another win in this hectic season. I'm really happy, super excited. This is one of the greatest wins in my career. To win in Macau, one of the most dangerous circuits, at the highest speed when you race between the walls. It's a dream come true. My name's going to be there with Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, all the famous names that are won here in Macau. It's really special. Mehdi Bennani, the first Moroccan driver to win a Macau Grand Prix. Okay, be ready to move all the time if there's a crash in front. The only way you can get by is at the end of the lap. Take your time, something will happen. Whatever else, something will happen. Tom Chilton passed Esteban Guerreri, allowing Mehdi to score 7 points for the championship, while Sebastian Loeb Racing claimed more points for the World Touring Car Trophy. And then, of course, the rain invited itself along to the game. When I saw that in the morning, I thought, okay, that's going to be dangerous. I think everybody must have been terrified once or twice every lap, including me. Today we had to have more points than Katzberg. He's third in the championship. Because he was behind me, I knew I had a 4 or 5 point advantage. And I had to finish the race with those 11 points. That's crucial for us. Now we're third in the standings, and that's fantastic. So good to be back here in Doha, in Qatar. I've got great memories here, standing on the podium, pole position, first place. Hopefully we'll do as well this year. A lot of tension in the final 2 races because there's so few points between all the drivers. It's like the beginning of the championship, almost everyone level. Kevin Gleeson leads the opening race from pole position early on. Before long, Mehdi has found a way by. He just passed him right around the outside. It was a great move. So now we've got to keep our fingers crossed that he'll build a lead. Tom Chilton, too, was in the hunt for the title. He got by the American driver. And then the race was on for the win. Two Sebastian Loeb Racing Citroens fought tooth and nail. But in the end, it would be Chilton who came out on top in the final opening race of the season. Benanni finished in second with a heavy heart. Second, we've had a lot of podiums this year, and actually, I'm proud of my season. The last race of the season, trouble with an old rival. Ivan Muller driving for Volvo to help them win the title. And he and Mehdi's paths crossed. We proved that we were regular podium contenders, fighting for the top spots, winning races. Unfortunately, not the title. At the end of the season, Mehdi finished third in the World Touring Car Trophy, just behind Rob Huff and winner Tom Chilton.